Hi, I'm Scott Furman, and this is Clear Vue Cyclone. Wanted to do a short video today going over our systems. A common question that we get is what makes the Clear Vue Cyclones different than other systems that you see out on the market? And that's a fair question, and you should be asking that. You're making an investment not only in your health, but you're also making a dollar investment as well. And we want to make sure that you have every assurance that the design that we have is going to be a better performing system than what's available out there on the market. If you've been around the industry for a minute, our design has come from a gentleman named Bill Pence. 30 years ago, Bill was an innovator in dust collection and really studied the airflow and the dynamics of dust collection. Our system was designed on many of the principles that Bill wrote about and published papers around. So again, it's steeped in a lot of history and a lot of legacy, but those engineering principles still apply today. The one thing I want to draw your attention to, one of the geometries that we talked about in design, you'll see a slight line down here, and that goes all the way down through about 2/3 of the upper body. We call this the upper body. In that design, that is a neutral vane or an air ramp. That neutral vane or air ramp at the angle that it's at and based on the cant that is installed in there helps facilitate dust coming into the system. It increases velocity, and it also starts the cyclonic effect much earlier than what most traditional systems would do. That drives the dust and the fine dust particulates down through the system at a much higher velocity. The other item that we want you to take a look at when you're evaluating our system is the air intake. Our air intake is rectangular. That's unique in the industry, and that's, that again is by design. We have it on both the metal unit and on the plastic unit. This geometry here reduces turbulence. It's also set at an angle versus a 90-degree, which is common in most applications. Again, increasing velocity, reducing turbulence, reducing static pressure, all that equates to driving dust and fine particulates into the system at a higher trajectory and at a certain trajectory so that we may get better capture of that in our hopper. The reason we do a lot of these design elements are to drive it deeper into the cone. And again, talking about geometry, our cone is set at a ratio taper and overall length, and even from an outtake standpoint, all that design specifically is to drive material deeper into the cone so there's less chance of fine dust particulates escaping back up through the center and into the filtration. The reason that the filtration is there is to obviously collect fine dust particles. Well, with our systems, we capture more of that in the hopper. So we're less dependent on our filtration systems to capture the fine dust particulates. That's why when you see a lot of videos that are done out there that people haven't had the need to clean out their filtration for many years because we don't put a demand on it. We don't use that as a safety net in which to catch the fine dust particulates, which ultimately equates to what you're breathing in or what you're not breathing in the case of Clear Vue Cyclones. So we want to make that very apparent. And again, when you're out there and you're assessing where you're going to spend your money, obviously you're making an investment in your health. And we want to make sure that as you're looking at this, that you understand that our systems have the best in class dust collection as far as air filtration and air quality is concerned. So keep that in mind as you're looking at it. And by all means, we're only touching on a few things here. Feel free to call us or send us an email. We love to engage customers and answer the questions based on those engineering principles and design philosophies that we have. We want to give you every reassurance that the money that you're spending is money well spent. So we appreciate you sticking with us on this video today.